Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you, dear students? I hope that you all are fine. Myself Ramiz Ahmed, and today I am going to present my first class for the students of class 7th from General Science, and the name of the chapter which we are going to discuss is chemical reactions and separation of substances. In this chapter, we will cover topics like matter, pure substances, elements, introduction to periodic table, chemical formulas, chemical reactions, characteristics of chemical reactions, general types of chemical reactions, salinity of seawater, crystals and crystallization. But in today's class, we will only discuss about matter, pure substances, elements, and at last I will give you a brief introduction to periodic table. Okay, fine. Introduction of a chemical reaction. We have often seen that some substances, when mixed, form new substances. Like if we want to make tea, we add sugar, tea, milk, and water. On heating, it turns into tea. Likewise, if you add a spoon of curd to lukewarm milk and keep it aside for few hours, then the whole milk turns into curd. We conclude that they thoroughly mix with each other and form a new substance. This through mixing is a chemical reaction. Chemical reactions take place all the while around us. There are a number of examples around us in which these chemical reactions are taking place. For example, burning of wood, rotting of food items, explosion of firecrackers, rusting of iron, spoiling of milk, and many more. There are a number of examples around us in which these chemical reactions are taking place. In case of burning, the fuel reacts with oxygen. As we all know that oxygen is the supporter for combustion. When fuel reacts with oxygen, a combustion reaction takes place. In case of rusting of iron, when iron articles are kept outside for longer period of time, we can see after some time a brownish layer on the surface of the metallic objects, which we called as rust. So what happens in rusting? When metallic objects come in contact with air and moisture, a brownish layer is seen on the surface of metallic objects due to a chemical reaction. Likewise, in case of firecrackers, they contain substances like sulfur, magnesium, phosphorus. When they come in contact with oxygen, they rapidly react with oxygen and explosion takes place. A chemical reaction takes place. So if we want to make tea, we add different substances like sugar, tea, milk, water. On heating, it turns into tea. Likewise, if you add a spoon of curd, you might have seen in your homes, when you add a spoon of curd to lukewarm milk and keep it aside for few hours, then you can see the whole milk, after some time, the whole milk has changed into curd due to a chemical reaction. So all these are examples of chemical reactions. what is this chemical reaction? We conclude that they truly mix with each other and form new substances. In general, we can say when substances combine with each other and form a new substance with different chemical properties, we can say a chemical reaction has taken place. Now the first thing which we will discuss is matter. What is matter? Anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. You might have heard number of times about this matter. So we can say anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. We see and touch hundreds of different things each day. All these physical things that we see, some are small, some are big, but they share one important quality, that is they are all forms of matter. All these physical things are forms of matter. Matter is what the world is made of. All materials such as table, book, pen, bottle, trees, human beings, animals, all these things are made up of matter. We can say everything in the universe that takes up space is matter in one form or another. This matter is composed of basic units that we called molecules, which themselves are made of smaller units called as atoms. All matter exists in one of the three physical states. You might have heard number of times about the states of matter. This matter exists mostly in three states: solid, liquid, and gaseous. But actually there are 5 states of matter. The fourth one is plasma, and the fifth one is Bose-Einstein condensate, which you will discuss in your higher classes. But right now you have to only discuss it is 3 states, that is solid, liquid, and gas. Atoms and molecules. Everything around us is made of matter. Matter has mass and occupies space. All matter is composed of basic elements that cannot be broken down to substances with different chemical or physical properties. These are molecules and atoms. So all the physical things are made up of matter. Matter consists of small units that we call as molecules, and molecules are made up of small units that we call as atoms. So here you can take the example of water molecule. In formation of water, when 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen combine together, it makes a water molecule. So these are the smallest particles of matter. Types of substances. The first one is pure substance. The substances that are free from any kind of mixture and contain only one kind of particle are pure substances. Examples of pure substance include iron, aluminium, silver, and gold. So pure substances are free from any kind of mixture. They doesn't contain any kind of mixture, but contain only one kind of atoms. Pure substances contain one kind of particles, which we called as particles. And if you take the example of gold in solid state contains same matter whether the gold is in liquid state or in solid state. In both the states, gold is gold, although its physical structure has changed, but the matter is gold. In case of water, if you take the example of water, in solid state, liquid state and gaseous state, although the physical structures are different, solid, liquid and gas, but the matter which is present in all the three forms is same, that is water. So this is pure substance. Now mixtures, substances that have two or more different particles are mixtures. Examples of mixture include the salt solution or sugar solution. So mixtures contain different kinds of particles. For example, salt solution, there is salt and water. When we combine together, it makes a solution. When we add sugar to water, it makes a sugar solution, that is also a mixture. So the matter which is present in mixtures or the particles which are present in mixture are different. Here are some examples of pure substances and mixtures. We can say all elements and compounds are pure substances. Okay, fine. Now another thing, that is element. A pure substance that has only one kind of atom and cannot be broken into two or more simple substances by physical or chemical means is an element. Therefore, when you break down gold, you still get gold, it is an element. So all elements are pure substances because element also contain only one kind of atoms which cannot be broken down into two or more simpler substances by any physical or chemical means. So all elements are pure substances because they contain only one kind of atoms. Here you can see, if you break down gold, you still get gold. So the matter does not change. So this is the element. Or you can take the example of oxygen. In case of oxygen, two atoms of oxygen combine together and makes an element, that is oxygen. So there are a number of examples of elements like carbon, aluminum, iron, mercury, silver, and so many. Here are some elements: hydrogen, boron, carbon, silicon, sodium, lead, platinum. So all these elements are represented by their chemical symbols. Here you can see on the right side, the chemical symbol of hydrogen is H, boron, B stands for boron, C stands for carbon, silicon Si, sodium Na, lead Pb, platinum Pt. These are chemical symbols which are used when we write any chemical equation or a chemical reaction. Symbols of elements. Use one or two letter abbreviations. We use one or two letter abbreviations while writing the symbols of elements. And the first one is capital letter. The first letter should be capital when we write the symbol of any element. Here you can see, here are some examples. C, carbon, N stands for nitrogen, F stands for fluorine, O stands for oxygen. These are some examples. CO stands for cobalt, Ca calcium, Br bromine, Mg magnesium. Symbols from later names. So these elements were known in ancient times, or these elements were represented by their later names. Here you can see copper. The Latin name of copper is cuprum. Gold, the Latin name of gold is aurum. Lead, plumbum. Mercury, hydrogen. Potassium, calum. Silver, argentum, sodium, natrium, tin, stannum. These are some later names of elements. Now, John Dalton's contribution as far as the periodic table, or we can say these representation of the elements, is concerned. John Dalton in 1803, the English school teacher, he was an English school teacher and a part-time scientist. He published his first list of elements when he printed his atomic theory and his early gas law work. Here you can see the first list of John Dalton, the representation of different elements. You can see here the circle in center, there is dot and it stands for hydrogen. Here are some examples, are these symbols which represent different elements. This was the list of elements from by John Dalton. He also gave a theory. According to John Dalton, he said that all physical things are made up of atoms, which are the smallest particles which cannot be broken down into smaller units by chemical means. He said that all the matter that exists, all the physical things contain matter, and this matter is made up of small units that we called as atoms, and these atoms cannot be broken down by any chemical means. He also stated that the atoms of one element, those substances which constitute matter, are identical and have the same mass. In addition, different elements have atoms of different masses, which was no longer then accepted, but he stated these were the two statements of his theory. Later on, in 1813, a system of representing the elements with symbols was introduced. This is the representation of John Dalton's list of the elements. One more thing you must know, that atom is the smallest particle of matter. Previously it was thought that atom is the smallest or indivisible particle of the matter. But in 21st century we came to know that this atom is not indivisible, but it is divisible particle of the matter, because the atom is the biggest discovery of 21st century. In this 21st century we came to know that atom can be broken down. Atom can be broken down into electrons, protons and neutrons. Now, major elements in the body. There are some elements which are found in the major elements which are found in human body, like oxygen. Its percentage in human body is 65%, carbon 18%, hydrogen 10%, nitrogen 3%, calcium 1.4, phosphorus 1%, magnesium 0.50, potassium 0.34, sulfur 0.26, sodium 0.14, chlorine 0.14, iron 0.004, zinc 0.003. These are some major elements which are found in the body. Now, introduction to periodic table. The periodic table is made up of rows of elements and columns. Periodic table जो है ये बना है rows of elements and columns. An element is identified by its chemical symbol. तो जो elements होते हैं periodic table में, elements जो है इनको हम represent करते हैं या identify करते हैं by their chemical symbols. The number, और जो number chemical symbol के ऊपर होता है उसको हम बोलते हैं atomic number. That is the atomic number of the element, while as the number which is below the chemical symbol is the atomic weight of the element. वो उस element का atomic weight होता है. A row is called period, a column is called group. तो जो रोज होते हैं उनको हम पीरियड्स बोलते हैं. There are 7 periods in the modern periodic table, and as far as the columns are concerned, or groups, there are 18 groups in the periodic table. What is the periodic table? A tabular arrangement of elements according to their atomic numbers so that elements with similar properties are in the same column. तो पीरियडिक टेबल में जो एलिमेंट्स है वो ऐसे रिप्रेजेंट किए गए हैं according to their similarities in their properties. जैसे कि गैसेस को अलग रखा गया है, मेटल्स को अलग रखा गया है क्योंकि प्रॉपर्टीज भी डिफर करती है, नॉन मेटल्स को अलग रखा गया है. This is the periodic table. One more thing you must know that the father of this modern periodic table is known as Dmitry Mendeleev. He was the person who contributed much to this periodic table, who actually gave the long form of this, a modern form of this periodic table. Here you can see, this is the periodic table of elements. यहाँ पे ये periodic table है. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं जो पहला एलिमेंट है वो हाइड्रोजन है और जो दूसरा एलिमेंट है ऑन द राइट साइड इट इज हीलियम. तो जैसा मैंने बताया था देयर आर 7 पीरियड्स. हियर यू कैन सी द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट ऑफ द फर्स्ट पीरियड is hydrogen. The second element of the second period is lithium. The first element of the third period is sodium. The first element of the fourth period is potassium, then rubidium, then cesium, then francium. These are the 7 periods, while as there are 18 groups, and the first element of the first group is hydrogen. Second element of the first element of the second group is beryllium, and so on. तो जो हाइड्रोजन, जो पहले वाले दो जो ग्रुप्स हैं इनको हम बोलते हैं एस ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स, आपको पता होना चाहिए. और जो बीच वाले एलिमेंट्स होते हैं जैसे कि जो पिंक कलर्ड है और which also include zinc, cadmium and mercury, इनको हम बोलते हैं डी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स. while the elements which are on the right side are known as p block elements. और जो एलिमेंट जो नीचे हैं, नीचे वाले आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे लेंथीनियम एंड एक्टीनियम, इनको हम बोलते हैं एफ ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स. ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. तो this was all about for today. So inshallah in next class we will continue this chapter and we'll try to learn more about chemical reactions and separation of substances. But before saying goodbye to you, you should bought a periodic table so that you can memorize the elements and you can pronounce these elements, which will be beneficial for you. So take care of yourself. Goodbye and thank you.